A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Many a YouTube video has started with the repeating of the Second Amendment, and this is not very different from that. But what I want to talk about specifically is the use of the term arms, that we the people shall be able to carry, own, and bear, as it's used, arms. There's been a lot of disagreement within gun communities here on YouTube, on the internet, even at the local gun stores, shooting clubs, and other places about what classifies as an arm. The anti-gun folks who tell you that an arm would be something that the framers of the Constitution, including Thomas Jefferson, having modified some of the text of the Second Amendment, had thought of. A smooth-bore musket that is, to a well-trained person, close to a minute to reload between shots. They'd have you think that because the gun took longer back then to reload, that it was okay to bear and own and carry wherever you went. Alright. They use assault rifles, black guns, scary black guns, semi-automatics, extended magazines, things like that, to say that because the framers never intended for that, the term arms does not apply to those weapons. But the technology increased so much, that's no longer an arm. That's like a military battle machine gun or implement. That's the extreme side, right? And then you've got our own comrades, I guess you could say, people who are pro-gun, who treat the term arms as being a rifle and a handgun or a shotgun. That to them, a squad implemented weapon, say a mortar or a large machine gun, doesn't classify as an arm. So, in my eyes, I think the use of the term arm was intentional by the framers. Something that would always create discussion. I don't know that they thought of a world where atomic bombs exist and the knowledge is available to just about anybody to do whatever they like. If they want to engage in making a garage cluster bomb, they could. Not really legal, but they could. And the question would be, did the framers want that? Did they want that to be classified as an arm? My understanding is that they would, and that they did intend for that. Because you got to keep in mind that almost every technological improvement we've seen in the areas, the large historical technical improvements, aside from the atomic bomb and a lot of the military complex generated machine guns, were created by small business, small companies, single engineers, so on and so forth. If you don't have a fostering of the person and the spirit of liberty and the spirit of rights given by a creator and recognized by the country, not provided by the country, is the key point. So the Second Amendment isn't about what's classified as an arm or what you can point at as a weapon. It's just an acknowledgement of something that is a creator-given right to the user. The right to apply information and knowledge that supersedes that of the country. And there's really no limitations on your application of knowledge, particularly in this case for firearms. So that would be how I would treat the term arms. It's an application of education, of engineering. Now, when it comes to the use of the arms and the owning and the bearing of it, well, now there are things that supersede that. Atomic bombs, the material that goes into atomic bombs, is a well-regulated item. Should it be? Can you create the casing and all the material and the electronics that goes into an atomic bomb? Yeah. I don't have any problem with that. Should you be able to source the material, the highly radioactive material that goes into it? Maybe not. But maybe I'm not the one person who's supposed to decide that. Maybe that's a decision of the government. But regardless, just because guns shoot faster and they cycle quicker and the bullets become bigger or larger, they go farther, or they explode on impact, it doesn't matter. Because at some point, if you don't have the Second Amendment, you cease being a citizen and you start to become a subject. So the comments of, well, with an arm, you're not going to be able to defend yourself from the government anyway, it doesn't really apply. Because if you are able, through sheer will and intention of protecting yourself, there shouldn't be anything that prevents you from defending yourself, or defending your family, or the ones you love. So there's that little end of the night thinking on the Second Amendment, what it means, what an arm means. What does it mean to you? Thanks.